And I said, you're making progress, body fat is dropping, stop being such an asshole to yourself and keep going. If a friend said they dropped 1% body fat, you wouldn't say, that's it? So why would you say that to yourself? Progress is progress. She said, that's very true. Thank you so much, I really needed that.
See my weight today?
Can you screen record that?
Screen record?
What you're about to do? Take a photo?
Screen record of me taking a photo?
Yeah.
That's interesting. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Eating a salad, got at Rocco's. I still don't know how to say Rocco's, the second word.
Pasticceria.
Pasticceria. Pasticceria. They have an amazing grilled shrimp salad with avocado and amazing stuff on it. So, doing this Instagram post, second one of the day. I have at least one, if not two podcasts. Call with Susan Nieberg all about the inner circle. And also have to get a lift in. I haven't slept very well. I haven't been keeping up with my sleep like I should have. I was supposed to sleep last night and I didn't. Not as well as I should have. So, I'm telling you the truth. But, that being said, my nutrition's been on point. My issue is I'm so tired it's gonna affect my workout, and that's not okay. So I need to get back on track with that. But overall, feeling good.
What was your weight this morning?
144.4. So it's the all-time low. I can send you. You guys put a screenshot up of this. I'll screenshot this and send it to Rico.
Is that like a whoosh?
That was a whoosh.
Whoosh.
It was a whoosh. Whoosher. I didn't eat much yesterday. I also didn't train. I got back from LA on Thursday. So I was off track for the majority of the week, and I'm already at an all-time low for this cut. It's like, it goes so fast.
Yeah.
And actually, in the screenshot that I took today for Instagram was super cool because we could put it up. But I showed the trend that this is following, just so people could see it. I'll put a screenshot up.
And that's within like 5 days.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, so what's cool is this. Number one is you have this trend where it's like a lot of people they'll see these spikes and they'll go crazy over it. But if you actually just look from the first weigh-in until the most current, it's just one line going downwards over time. And then also, this was really cool, and I got a lot of responses to this. Day 1, I was 147. Day 9, I was 148.2. Day 13, I was 148.4. And day 20, I was also 148.4. And you can see these pop, these like 3 massive spikes in weight. And a lot of people keep in mind, day 1 I was 147, and so it's easy to just talk about it. It's another thing to actually go through it and feel it. Imagine starting something, and then over a week later, imagine like starting trying to lose weight, and over a week later, you weigh in, and you're 1.2 pounds heavier than when you started. And then, about a week later, you weigh in, and you're heavier than that. So now you're about 2 weeks in, and you're heavier than when you started on that one random day. And like, just imagine that feeling. You step on the scale 2 weeks in, being on point, and you're heavier than when you started. You're like, what the fuck? That's when people usually stop. They quit. And I spoke about this in the video that we did for weight fluctuations. There are 3 most common weight fluctuation patterns that people fall into, and I explained what one this is, and the other 2 that are most common that people fall into. Most people quit right at that peak, but you know what's really cool is if you look at the peak, right after it, every fucking time is a massive drop. Every single time. Big spike, whoosh. Big spike, whoosh. Big spike, whoosh. Every time. And most people, they quit when they go to the spike, and what if they just went one more fucking day? Or 2 more days, or 3 more days, whatever it is. It just so happened that these are literally one day, which is crazy to me, because like, what if you just get discouraged and then you binge, and then you wouldn't have known that you were about to have a huge whoosh, and it would have been all-time low for that cut. But like, it's so important not to let the individual data points get to you, and really focus on the overall trend.
If you think about it, those are like 3 individual times you could have just said, I'm done.
And it's it. It's exactly right. It's crazy, and that's when most people quit, is when they freak out, like it's not working, and they give up. It's like, if I had done that on any one of those days, I wouldn't have had that whoosh. It's crazy. It's really cool. actually, someone who was reading my stories, she replied, "Bless you," with the best analogy, bless you, that I've heard yet. She saw what I wrote, and the whole point of it is to make it so logical, in that the idea of measuring your progress day to day makes no sense. Because most people, they do it and it's emotional. They weigh in and they see the number, and that number has an emotion attached to it. If it goes down, it's good. If it goes up, it's bad. And it's like, that's my goal, is to help people recognize that that's not a good way to do it, that it makes no sense. And she responded with such a great analogy, because based on what I was showing, it's like, it's not just the individual numbers, it's the data point. And she goes, oh my God, it's like the same thing as weather versus climate. I was like, that is so smart. When it's raining outside, you're not like, great, it's just always raining. It's like, it's raining today, but it doesn't mean like it's always raining. Right? Just because it's super hot, just because it's sunny, just because of whatever, it's like, this is just what it is in this moment. It can change on a dime. It could be raining literally in one spot, but across the street it's not raining. It's like, it got me thinking about weather in general, climate in general, like.
And then when you think about like when a massive rainstorm hits, like there's always a rainbow that comes with it.
That's a good point too. That's really cool. It's like, it's interesting. There's always like
That's a really good analogy, I like that.
I loved that, because it's like, people don't freak out when the weather, it's not like the weather, like just because the weather, it's not like it ruins everything. You know, I mean, it's just very interesting to me.
So weird, get a fucking hilarious video of bench press up, nothing. Put up a thing saying, through plate pushes, people lose their shit.
Literally.
That was the cleverest thing. I really just think it's like, the video clearly wasn't as funny as we thought it was.
Right? Like
it just wasn't as good as we thought it was.
I know it says it's closed. Is it possible to take food down there?
No, the downstairs is closed. We're having a meeting and I have construction going on downstairs.
Got it. Okay, cool.
You're more than welcome. You can sit here and tell you.
Feel like this.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
is this for your podcast?
Yeah.
Can you give me a PG sound check?
Fuckface.
That's not PG.
Thank you so much.
What you hiding from me? What you holding back? I think I saw you with another. I think I saw your hand slipping down. That look, that face smiling back at you. Here's why you always wanna be around her. Be around her. Now I've come to terms over you.
Okay, as of right now, it looks like we are in New York that weekend. So I would say let's book it. Because as of right now, we're here. Time, right?
Yeah. We paid.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Bye, thank you so much.
Oh God.
We paid?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Have you had Joe's?
No.
Like part of it.
This is for Spider-Man, this one.
Wow, what's it too?
Is it possible just to buy a box of pizza? Literally just a box?
Perfect. How much? You got a box? Yeah. So why did we get a box?
He's like, he's blessing the bread, right?
Am I telling them why I got
Because
it?
we need it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the deal. Getting this box because when I got back from LA after coaching Gary and I was sick, I wanted some fucking pizza. And I decided. I got like 3, eat the rest, but I was like, I'm not gonna not eat them. Meant to keep the box. It's like, I just want to be like, hey, like, look, I fucked up. Today is Tuesday. So I did this on Wednesday.
So moral of the story is we just needed a box for the thumbnail. That's literally
That's all you want me to say?
That's all I needed.
Fuck.
I just wanted to just say like we got this box because like we're posting a video up for the.
Could I just do that then?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why don't you just say shut up? Just like, yo,
Because
just say for the thumbnail. All right.
Got the box because we need a really catchy thumbnail. It's like clickbait, but in picture form.
Perfect. Should smash it.
Hello.
Hello. Wrong door.
Hi, how are you? Could I get the miso roll?
With everything?
What's that?
With everything? With everything?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
So you got the miso bowl again?
Got the miso bowl.
Is that like your go-to now?
Yeah, it's like I got the buffalo chicken one the other day, and it says it's only like 400.
Oh yeah, you
calories.
said there was more
And I
buffalo
was like,
sauce. Yeah.
There's more calories in the cheese they put in it. So I like this one.
I also wanted to just say to you, because as far as like with my journey, a lot of times I will go somewhere and I won't eat X, Y, and Z because I feel like that could trigger me to just keep going, like go home and binge. Like it's very different every situation, I guess you could say. Like there's been times where I'll have to go to a family dinner and I will be very, very, very strict, like extremely strict, barely eating anything, and then I'll go home and I'll be fine.
And then she sent me something else where she said, "You ultimately changed the game for me. Mind is blown. Today I was 175.4 and I know I wouldn't have lost these 4 pounds without this mindset. Holy shit, thank you." She said that in response to me showing the highs and lows and not giving up, like that there's always the drops.
In your story?
But yeah, but this part about, I'm gonna respond to her about the, you'll just keep going once you start.
Yeah.
A lot of times people will keep going and not stop because they feel like, well, I've already eaten it, so I fucked up. And I might as well keep fucking up because once tonight is over, I'm not gonna have this stuff ever again, or at least for a really long time. So I'm gonna go overboard now because this is gonna be the last time I do this for a long, long time. And that mindset is going to perpetuate a binge. Number one, because in your mind, you're acting as though you're doing something bad or wrong, right? That's number one, you're not. And number two is when you look at it in a way of like, well, I fucked up, so because you're looking at it as a failure, then you can allow yourself the excuse of, well, I might as well just keep fucking up because I'm not gonna do this after this is over. So it allows you the excuse of continuing to binge, when in reality, if you just say, hey, listen, like, I'm having this, it's fine, it's not bad, this is okay. And then rather than thinking you'll be depriving yourself after, because that's where it comes from. It comes from the idea of future deprivation. So you're like, well, I'm gonna gorge now because I'm gonna deprive after. Whereas if you eliminate that feeling of, all right, well, I'm gonna deprive after, then there's no reason to gorge. So this woman, she's DMing me, and this is like, I had a big conversation with her. I'm really excited about this conversation. Number one, if you're struggling to lose fat, you feel like it's taking a longer time than you feel like it should, listen. And if you're a coach and you want to learn how to instill patience within your clients, listen, because the whole conversation is super important. Basically, she goes, I've been managing my meals and workouts, and I'm also in a deficit, but it's taking more time than expected for my fat loss to decrease. And so I'm just wondering if it's best to increase my deficit or wait and be patient for progress. So she already knows the answer, just the fact that she's asking that. But she said something that really stuck out to me and that I knew she needed a lesson on. It's one thing to say, wait and be patient. It's another thing to actually teach, and why. And she said, it's taking more time than expected. So I was like, what are you basing your progress off of? What exactly isn't going as fast as you want? And she was like, and I was like, scale, is it the scale weight? She was like, no, it's not the scale. I take skin fold measurements. And she's like, I'm at 19%. I would like that to go down to 16%. And I was like, okay, cool. How long is that taking? And she said, I've been in a deficit for a little over 4 weeks. She told me what her intake was. She said she's eating around 1,200 to 1,300 calories. And I was like, and how much have you lost? And I said, who's also doing the caliper test? She said, my personal trainer at the gym is doing it. and she said she's lost 1% body fat so far. She weighs 57 kilograms. She's 125 pounds, so she's a very small, more petite woman. A lot of people would say 1,200, 1,300 calories is way too little. It's actually not that little for a 125-pound person. I think realistically she could probably have more, but I don't know what her cardio is like or anything like that. Either way, 125 pounds. She's lost 1% body fat in about a month. And then I asked her, I said, how much is a good amount of body fat to lose in 4 weeks? She misunderstood. She said, well, another 2% in 4 weeks. And I was like, and I misunderstood because I thought she was saying she should have lost like 3% total. Long story short, I said, the first thing you said to me was, it's going slower than expected. I'm asking you, what were you expecting? And she goes, oh, okay, I was expecting more body fat loss. And I said, no. How much body fat loss, specifically? And she said, I don't know, maybe 3% total body fat loss instead of 1. And I said, you just made that up with a winky face. You can see the screen, I'll screenshot it. And I said, you're making up random numbers. You're not basing it off of anything. Smiley face. Because when you put a smiley face, it makes the tone nicer. And she said, that's true, ... And I said, you're just saying I would have expected 3% when there's literally zero reason for you to think that. And she was like, okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from. And I said, you're making progress, body fat is dropping, stop being such an asshole to yourself and keep going. If a friend said they dropped 1% body fat, you wouldn't say, that's it? So why would you say that to yourself? Progress is progress. She said, that's very true. Thank you so much, I really needed that. So, lesson being, I could have just said, be more patient, is what you need. But until she understood why she needed to be more patient and really pinpoint how she's being illogical, it's all emotion-based, it wouldn't have stuck. Me saying, well, how much specifically do you think was the right amount to lose? And her being like, 3%. And then realizing that she literally made that up in her head for no reason other than, well, I just would have liked to lose more. If she had lost 3%, it probably would have been, I don't know, 5%. It's always like never enough. You always want more. And when you can help people understand that logically, that they're just making this shit up because they always want more, then the better they'll get at calling themselves on their own bullshit. And the better they'll be able to stick with something long term and be more patient. It's one thing to say be patient. It's another thing to actually understand why you need to be patient. What's up, guys? At New York Sports Club, last time you saw me, Rico and I were at Sweet Green. Other than that, went back to my apartment, got some stuff set up. We were supposed to have a podcast, but the people on the other end were having some technical difficulties, so rescheduling. And now I'm pretty tired, but need to get a workout in because I didn't train yesterday. So gonna keep it light, arms, nothing crazy, not super high volume. Just it's one of those workouts where you just get it in. It's like the rule of 5, right? One workout every 5 is gonna be amazing. One workout every 5 is gonna be shit. And then 3 of them are just gonna be like, just gotta get it in.
What are you comparing like your fatter face to?
Just like pictures.
Wait, stand right there. Stay right there. I'm gonna put a photo right here.
Yeah, from one of the first workouts.
So keep your head straight. Keep your head straight. Okay. So you feel like you've been getting leaner because you see it in your face.
Yeah, you can see it in my face. And everyone loses fat, stores fat in different places. Some people store it more in their stomach. Some people store it more in their legs. Some people store it more in their butt. For me, I tend to store it like right in my stomach and my face. My legs stay pretty lean, my arms stay pretty lean, but you can see it in my face and my stomach for sure. I know a lot of people, there are some people who store it really a lot in their lower back too. So a lot of times, like, you look at them from the front and it's like you don't really notice it all, but they'll store it there. It's so interesting. Different people store fat in different places. A lot of it's hormonal profile, genetics, but it's just something to notice. You know, it's not even like how you change it or fix it. You can't change it. It's your genetics, and you can't choose where you lose fat or store fat. And everyone wants to change it. Like people who store fat in their face, oh, I wish I stored fat somewhere else. And people who store fat in their butt, I wish I stored fat somewhere else. It's like whatever you have, you want something else. It's you know, you have what you have, and you just gotta learn to live with it.
Where are we at right now?
We are at some deli near me. I don't know what the name is, but it's a deli. They got tons of nice sandwiches. I'm gonna get a bagel with some salmon, some lox. Very Jewish of me. Bagel and lox, like the most cliche Jewish food. But bagel, lox, no cream cheese. I try and keep my fats a little bit lower on training days, carbs a little bit higher. Plus, I just prefer more carbs and fats. So I would rather, for example, get the bagel with the lox and then chips than have cream cheese on my bagel. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have bagel, lox, chips, maybe something else too, because calories have been pretty low today. Been a lot of veggies, a lot of protein, so I have some extra room right now.
Oh yeah. That's good, man.
That was really good.
Lightly toasted bagel, nice and warm. Salmon. I only posted twice. And then this is after the workout with Gary. And Gary was like, did you post 3 times yesterday? And I was like, yep. And he was like, no, you didn't. Because I lied. I only posted twice. And he was like, disappointed. And then after that day, 3 times a day every day. With the exception of 2 Sundays, I posted 2 times instead of 3.
Nothing with Gary yet.
No, this is what? This is February, so no, not even close. Look how fucking lean I was. It's like way skinnier. That's the Western Wall in Jerusalem. You know what the Western Wall is? This is like the holiest site in Jerusalem. How funny is that?
Damn.
I didn't even tag Gary in it. I didn't know who Gary was. At that point, I didn't know who he was. I was just like, this. I heard that book is really good.
And then you're like, oh wait, shit, I have your book.
This is when I was living in Mexico. Where did I hurt my back? So where? This is when I hurt my back. This is the lift that I hurt my back. I came back from Mexico after not lifting for a while, not deadlifting for a while. I was like, oh, I'll do conventional for 4 or 5 for like high volume.
We tend to like what we're good at and hate the things we suck at. It's a normal part of being human. But if you really want to get better, you need to find and target your weaknesses. So whether that's deadlifting, power development, business development, writing, whatever, find it and improve it.
All right, so it was a really good day. Thank you for watching. Rico was like, just recap the day, what you did, and I like, honestly, I'm fucking exhausted. I don't even really remember what we did, but I know it was a good day. Super busy, really productive. So thank you for watching. Give the video a like, and subscribe if you don't already. Hit the bell so you get notified when the next one comes out. I'm gonna go to bed. Talk to you soon.